Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast Network. This is We Are Bagu, Season 1, Episode 2, The Best Games of 2019. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, thank you so much. Please go to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. We're at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at /We Are Podcast. With that said, on to the podcast.
We Are Bagu.
Hey everybody, welcome to We Are Bagu, where we talk Atari to Steam and everything. This is Duck. I am here with my co-host,
Ethan.
And we have a special guest. We have today Mike Higginbotham.
Heyo.
Will Cennamo.
That's me.
And Javi Baires.
You still can't say my last name.
I said mine too. So.
Javi Baires.
I always call you Javi Baires.
Javi
People
Baires.
do. I just love
Javi Baires.
No one ever gets my name right. It's either Harvey, Tommy, Bobby, Robbie. So I was like,
Javi Baires.
Javito.
Javi Baires.
Javi Baires.
Here with the Javito.
yep, the Javito.
Javito.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about 2019, a hellish year that is in our past, but it did have some interesting games. But before we get to that, let's talk about some gaming news.
We really need like a clip of Jake right here just going, gaming news! Gaming news!
Yes, the gaming news.
Gaming news!
Good. News.
News. Love it! Gold!
Gaming news.
We gotta do it every time now.
So very recently, Xbox and Sony have had huge announcements regarding their new consoles. It'll release at the end of this year, but the internet has just been ripping them to shreds because both of the consoles, at least the images that have leaked about them, look god-awful.
Disagree.
I don't know, man. I like the 5.
The
So-
PlayStation 5 looks amazing.
I agree with you.
Explain what they look like.
PlayStation 5 looks like something to hold your pizza slice.
Okay, it looks like kind of like a horseshoe.
Or it's a space station, and those are bay windows you can look out of.
I can see that.
Or the bottom of your vacuum cleaner.
I've heard that you
That
can
is the
just,
PS5.
you
Or-
can just lay the controller on the top of it and it charges.
That's dope.
That
as
sounds cool.
fuck.
And that's the coolest thing.
Meanwhile, in Xbox land, the Xbox Series X,
Literally a box.
it is literally a mini fridge and or tower PC looking thing.
That's the monolith from 2001, isn't it?
It's Alexa.
It 100% is.
Okay.
Ethan doesn't like it.
I don't like the
I'm
Xbox. The
sorry.
PlayStation looks alright, but that'll probably change, to be honest with you.
Will, what was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it just looks weird. I mean, it's fine. I don't care what it looks like as long as it plays good. That's
Yeah.
all that matters to me. And I can put it next to my TV.
Yeah.
Right.
The PlayStation does look cool, so that's attractive, and the Xbox just looks like a box, so that's fine. It's whatever. Play good games.
How about you, Mike?
I mean, I wouldn't care, like, if it was a big box or... I don't care. You know what I think would be cool? Like an Optimus Prime. That's like a digital Xbox. No, it doesn't even have to do all that. It's just like in the shape of Optimus Prime. It's just like a toy. But it's really an Xbox. Digital version.
The Transformer.
The terabyte drive.
So you just want a Transformer as a pet, is what you're saying.
I don't care. It could be a dog.
Hobbs, what do you think?
They look like something that I can't afford.
Yeah, it's yeah. There we go.
Like,
Yeah,
it's coming out this year, but I won't be able to afford it to 2024.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, he's wearing suspenders. It's 2020. It's the Great Depression all over again.
It's always...
It's really happening.
And a newspaper boy hat.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Extra, I still can't. Extra, I still can't buy me a PlayStation 4.
It's always really dangerous, too, to any machine in its first gen. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
always the problems.
Red
and
Ring
you'll
of Death.
always end up-
Yeah, it'll get stolen.
Yeah. PlayStation overheated for a while.
Yeah, man.
My first 2 PlayStation 2s got stolen.
Even PlayStation 4 has that bad issue, like especially now because I work in phone, computer, console repair. A lot of the stuff I get is especially...
Humble brag.
Humble brag, I can fix your shit.
He's right.
No, you're
PlayStation 4, they totally cheaped out on all their parts. HDMI ports break all the time. The thermal paste they use is a piece of shit. People are always bringing it in for it either overheating or not displaying or this or that. And it's a great console, shitty parts. So hopefully the new ones will, be a bit more solid. That'd be fucking awesome.
Or is it people that build them they call Shiri parts? They're built by Asians.
Oh, casual racism.
Oh, I'm delightfully
How I
racist.
love it.
though.
All right, yeah. I mean,
It's Puerto
what-
Rican. It's okay.
specs-wise, though. Specs-wise, what are these systems looking like?
You're going to be looking at some real high-end PC type stuff. So the stuff that's floating around right now is both consoles are touting, you'll get 4K resolutions, 60 frames a second on everything, just super high-end shit.
Damn.
And I want to say they've even thrown around ray tracing quite a bit.
Well, query. Will it suck my dick?
If you ask it nicely.
For $6.99 in Venom.
Wait, is that how much they cost? $6.99?
We don't know.
That's an estimate, yeah.
Yes. That's what it's rumored to be.
PlayStation 3 costs $6.99, didn't it? Was there...
No, my
think it was-
PS4
yeah.
ran me like $3.99.
I don't know. I didn't get one.
Any launch titles for this announced?
Pac-Man?
It's gotta have that.
Oh yeah, it's gotta have pack.
The PS5 did
Shoes.
tout that you get to, that it's going to be totally backwards compatible. Which
Yeah.
is nice. And
Yeah.
It's gotta come
my
out.
my only hope, though, is especially since the video game industry is definitely turning digital more than anything, is that I'm going to be able to take my PlayStation account and drag it over to the PlayStation 5 and be able to download all those games that I've already purchased for my PlayStation 4. Because I personally, I own like 3 physical games. And everything else, I just buy when I want to play it, download it, play the shit out of it, and then delete it.
When I first got PS4, I was really more of a physical copy person, which I still love getting the hard disk, going to GameStop, doing all that. But yeah, it's a lot easier, and half the time it's cheaper to just buy the game digital nowadays.
Yeah, with all
So
the sales every year.
I'd love to be able to just drag my account over to PS5 and
And
use
then
that
boom.
shit.
For
For Infinity, too, because honestly, you're buying these expensive games now, you should be able to carry them over to each system. They've been talking about backwards compatibility like that forever. Finally, we got it. Which generation recently skipped it? It was
this generation.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I mean, you pay money for that, you should have to be able to keep it forever.
But I can't wait, because I still got a hard copy of Final Fantasy X for PS2.
That's not worth it.
So I can't wait to play it on a PS5 in 4 years.
You really think they're gonna go like?
I have digital copies on like 3 different systems of Final Fantasy X.
That's the best Final Fantasy right next to 7.
No, man. Really?
I
Yeah.
think so. I
Ooh,
think, I think
hot
10 is
take.
way better than 7.
6 is the best.
Yeah, I agree. Tactics, actually.
All right,
Tactics,
so-
my favorite.
So, Alienware at CES 2020 this year, they revealed their new prototype console
Sweet.
that is a
PC.
total rip on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah,
They're trying to bring
The-
PC gaming
the handles come off and everything.
to the handheld, and it is a spec for spec rip of the Switch.
Yeah.
You
Is
can
it
pop off
cheaper?
the handles. No, not at all.
And you know what? It's fine. Let them do it. They're going to fail. It's not Nintendo. Like many things have tried to copy Nintendo over the years, and they just don't do it. Nintendo does its own thing,
Yeah.
and
Like the
they can.
Nintendo
That's why.
FanCube.
Yeah, that's why they can
Right.
make these ridiculous peripherals, and they sell like fucking hotcakes. You know what I mean? And then the other companies, they copy it and they sell a little bit, and that's fine, and then it goes away.
Remember the Wonder Swan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the Wonder Swan?
Yeah.
It's a Game Boy Color ripoff before the
Yeah.
Game Boy Color. Wait, does it have a docking bay like the Switch?
From what they showed, I believe so.
Which company is this?
Alienware. So the company that I believe they're owned by Dell or partnered with Dell or something.
They're those big badass colored
Yeah.
PCs.
They charge you $3,000 for a PC that you could build for $1,500, but it has LEDs.
No.
And it has an alien logo on the back of it.
If you're into that sort of thing, and I'm
Okay,
not.
That's what you're really paying for, though.
You can get your
It is.
name engraved in alien hieroglyphics
It's
too.
like the Patron of PC.
Needlessly expensive.
You're paying for the fucking.
This should be called the Broke Bitter Bot podcast. Yeah, no, it looks great, but fuck it.
It's too damn expensive.
Where the fuck can I buy some jacks in 2020? Okay, I need some jacks and a ball.
I just got my PS2.
Who wants
the
to play
other day.
Knucklebones?
Well, I mean, there's something to be said of new competition coming into it, because at one point people said the same thing about the Sony PlayStation. Another point we said the same thing about the Xbox, which is a continuation of the Dreamcast. So is there a chance that there is room for this company to come in and take over the handheld market? Realistically, Nintendo's dominated it forever, and the Nintendo Switch is both a handheld and a home console. We know that. So is there room for another handheld to come in and dominate?
If
Yeah.
Alienware teams with Microsoft and they keep it Windows, then yeah, it'll do fine, because you can play anything that's on Windows PC, which is basically anything that's on Xbox. And if it's able to handle those things, then yeah, it'll do okay.
Yeah.
And there'll be a good, dedicated group of gamers that want to do it.
Right.
But it's
Do
not
agree
going
with
to
you.
have the success of the Switch, because the Switch is geared towards families while still catering to the high-end gamers and the gamers who want to play those, badass big titles. So it'll
Not-
do fine.
Yeah. There
Lots
were
of-
good games on the Neo Geo Pocket. There were good games on the Atari Lynx.
I don't see it making, Alienware Switch 2.
Yeah,
that's all.
Right.
Switch has two things over it that Alienware is probably going to really struggle with, and that's price point, and I
Mario
believe
Kart.
cooling. Okay, 3, Mario Kart, but from what I've read on that thing is
Yeah,
either its
you're not
battery
gonna hear
life
the
is
game
going to
over
get
the fan.
sapped, or that fan is just going to be loud as shit, and it's going to have a hard time keeping cool, because it's like trying to get your phone to play
And there's
Battlefield
no point
on
right
max
there. We all
graphics.
have a portable console in our pocket most of the time, and we don't even use it for that.
Get
So-
that Google
Right.
Stadia, bruh.
Right.
It's so bad!
Google Stadia.
I don't know how I feel about that because it's a cool idea.
The streaming?
I feel like eventually that'll be the shit.
Yeah, it's just implemented wrong this time. They just
But-
failed, but
But that's been prototyped for like
Yeah.
years.
And
But I
they'll-
feel
they'll
like
keep
it'll
working
be the shit when Nintendo or Sony does it.
I just feel like cartridge games need to come back.
They are. The Switch uses cartridges.
Does it really?
does, yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Tiny little
I'm
cartridges.
so out of the
Yeah.
fucking loop.
And they can use cartridges again because they can use just a solid state drive.
Oh.
That's what-
I'm sorry, I don't know how to respond.
no, back in the
Do
day,
you have
it was,
to blow in it?
back in the day, it was a little chip. You had like
Don't lick it,
16
it tastes
bits.
bad.
I remember the TurboGrafx 16 was like a chip. You just
Yeah.
Last thing I got is our good friends over at Bethesda are about to launch their latest content drop for Fallout 76.
Oh.
The Wastelanders update, which, and I know we made fun of this on We Are Error. Get ready for this, guys. Hot new feature, NPCs.
NPC.
What exactly does that mean? I wanna
Okay,
elaborate
it's so
on
you can play alone.
that.
No.
Oh, is that what it is? Realistically, is that what it is?
So when 76 came out, it was, touted as being the online Fallout. But one of the things that makes Fallout so beautiful is the world that is crafted inside of it. And Fallout 76 decided not to have, people exist in this world except
Other
for
than players.
other players. So for them to now, a year and a half later, decide,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Let's fill the world with things.
And that's after ignoring countless bugs, issues, hackers, and adding a Battle Royale mode, because fuck it! Now they
Everyone
decide to add NPCs.
So they really fucked up.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Total cash grab.
There's
dude.
no coming back from that.
No.
Well,
that
Bethesda's
game's
big
fucked.
thing is this a bug or is this a feature?
So, but you were saying too that they're publishing this game themselves too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, they decided that for Fallout 76 they were going to go self-published. So they have their own launcher. They don't pay out any royalties to
Independent of
Steam or Epic or anyone. It is just them, and that has caused them so many problems because they don't have the infrastructure that these big storefronts provide. They don't have all these other things, all these nice features, and with Steam and Epic, all your games are in one place. All your friends are there, all the communities, the support for mods, all of this. And they're just like, nah.
No, we'll just make our own.
No.
Yeah, because it's a cash grab. They don't want to pay licenses. They don't want to pay anything else. They
Why
just
should we
wanna make
give them a
everything.
cut when we can just take it all?
So let's just make a shit game.
Yeah.
Where they fell is like what Mike was saying is it a bug? Is it a feature? Yes. They're so used to being able to just get away with shit.
Yeah, and the
And that's-
single-player content, they can just rely on modding communities to fix any mistakes that they make. So it's like they get people to fix their games for free through modding communities.
Ooh.
And you can't really do that on an
And
online
that's
game.
one thing that's inherently wrong with video games now is that, back in the day, not every fucking console was connected to the internet. So when you
Yeah.
bought a game, it had to be the game, and that was
Yeah,
it.
it's a
It's the
finished
game.
product,
But
yeah.
now they're just like, it's good enough, put it out, and we'll patch it.
Right.
Like, you put any brand new game, like day one game into your system, and you have to wait for fucking a 6 gig, update file. On day one, it's ridiculous because they just want to pump them out. It's not there's no gold anymore. No game actually goes gold.
Right.
I don't feel they
We
printed
look
some
at-
discs, sure, but it's not gold.
Look at Steam whenever they started allowing amateur development and shit like that, and release of games. What's that game that's State
Early
of Decay?
access.
Yeah, early access.
is
There
the
you go.
big
State of
issue.
Decay. It was what H1Z1 or
But
some
you know
shit
what? At
before.
least
It
at
wasn't
least they're
even a-
saying it. They're saying, "Hey, this is early
Yeah,
access."
yeah.
Minecraft was early. I had
Right.
the fucking beta.
Oh,
where
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, we're working on this. Play it if you want. Buy
Yeah.
it now if you want. Usually it's cheaper in early access. Not always, but sometimes. And you get to kind of work through it. And if you find stuff, you tell them and they make it better. But these games on PlayStation and Xbox, they're being sold as fucking done. And they're never done.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I have feelings.
It's a big
I'm
issue.
kinda-
$59 for a Darth Vader
I'm
skin.
kind of happy we don't have newer consoles based upon that. Like the shit games are coming out.
Oh, that sounds fucking
Well,
terrible.
that's the thing is that I've learned is that you don't jump into the hype. Don't fucking wait at midnight to GameStop to buy that game and go put it in because you ain't gonna play it till 7 a.m. after the update's done.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just give it a month. If you really, really want to play it, just give it a month. If you really don't care, wait a year and it'll be fucking $20 on digital sale.
Yep.
And all the updates will be in it.
I just got an Xbox One S.
Let's switch gears and actually talk about 2019. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about all the games that came out in 2019. I'm talking about the games that we actually played in 2019.
Okay.
Sometimes experiencing for the first time. Sometimes getting a new game, like Javi got Jedi Fallen Order. Mm-hmm. I know we talked about Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that was the end of 2000.
I believe that's called Horse Walking Simulator.
Yes.
Ooh.
Let's start there. Javi.
Is that as fun as Goat Simulator?
As you have mentioned many times, and Jake, on the We Are Air podcast, you are a lover of sexy women, but also a lover of
Horse
Red
Walking.
Dead Redemption 2. What is it about that game that spoke to you and made you, just the adventure that went?
How much time you got?
My
We got
Pretty
time.
Pony Horse
A lot.
Simulator.
All right, first of all, I'm pretty convinced that game, it's a perfect game. It's got story, it's got action, it's got...
My Pretty Pony Simulator 2.
Oh, fuck.
Horse.
Got out.
Fuck. You know me, I'm a sap. I like fucking, heartbreaking shit like that, right?
We all know you. We
I'm
know that
off.
you love that shit.
And that's what I like about this game. It's a game about fucking this guy trying to turn his ways around and do the right thing.
Yeah, it's
at
a
all
good story.
costs. And it's just a good story. I cried at the end for all 4 endings. It was just a really good
You
story.
played all 4
You went back through for all
I
4?
played through this game 7 times now.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's not weird. That's not weird.
No, that's fucking awesome.
This game is amazing. I hit 100% on the last 5 tries. Complete.
You got every achievement yet?
Yep.
You got that platinum?
My man.
Alright, going to what Will's saying, though. Horse Simulator. Have you played it, Will?
Yes. I played about 3 hours, and then... Because I'll always give a game 2 hours. That's my rule. I'll never just stop after, 20 minutes. I gave this one 3, because it is so hyped, and it is a fun story, and I enjoyed the cutscenes. But, the game, what I'm playing, I had to press, a shoulder button and another button to drink a coffee. You know what I mean?
You just gotta hit X.
The controls
You gotta
were
hold it.
awkward.
That's it.
I don't
The
want to.
controls were really awkward.
Yeah,
for that.
and the first 7 missions are follow this guy, and y'all can chat on a
Because
horse.
those are training missions.
I figured it out the first time
It's
how to
long
ride a
as
horse.
shit.
Can you skip those on subsequent playthroughs?
I'm not going to skip it. They put it in there for me to know. And when people tell you, oh, the game gets good after 10 hours, fuck you.
The game got good right from the get-go.
It's a fine game. It's Rockstar. I love them, but no, man, I'm good.
So, better horses, Red Dead Redemption 2 or The Witcher 3?
I don't ride the horses in The Witcher.
Don't eat.
I never get on the horse.
Fuck off, Roach.
I would rather run.
Yeah.
Yeah, to quote Joe Pesci, my cousin Vinny, everything this guy just said is bullshit.
That's fair. I mean, that's what makes games so fun. Is we can all
Hold
find what we
left
love.
bumper. Hold right trigger.
So
Press
what
X.
was it?
Not press square.
How about the gameplay? Because I'm with Will on this. What if the gameplay is kind of monotonous? Is that the right?
I don't think the gameplay's monotonous.
Monotonous.
Monotonous. You don't agree with that, though?
No, I thought the gameplay was very simple. I think the story came first for this one.
Simple is not the word I would ever use for
Would
Red
you
Dead
describe-
Redemption.
No, not at all.
Would you describe Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong, as monotonous?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also describe Super Mario as monotonous.
Okay.
But
Good
the
metric.
overall
Okay.
experience of the game.
This game is so much more than its controls or gameplay.
So you're overlooking the controls just based on story and
Yeah.
just based on the way you
It's
can
like
craft
the
your
story
controls.
and how interactive
And
it
that's
is. Because you can take this story so many different ways, and you can make your character as fucked up or as good
And to
as
be,
you want him to be.
to be truly fair, I have never been a big fan of the Western genre. So I mean, that could have turned me off. Also,
Yeah, that's
I'm not going to care about the story because I don't want to.
So you don't like stories about redemption?
It's very much a kind of got a
Is that what it's about?
a spaghetti western feel to it. So if you're not a big fan of western, the western
Yeah.
genre like him, you're not going to
You're not
latch
going to
onto
dig
the
this
story
game.
as much. Which me personally, I think it's a beautiful game. The story's awesome. I haven't finished it, but that's just because of my own.
And like the counterpoint, their other game, Grand Theft Auto, there's a lot of the same missions, but
Yes.
I'm in 50 different types of cars, and everything feels slightly different. You can only gallop one or two ways.
I can use a rocket launcher while in my Bugatti, or I can use an Uzi in my Jeep.
Well, they're different time periods. That one takes place.
And there's
way
also
before
radio
cars.
stations.
Well, do you have the option of donkeys or...
Are you saying
Actually,
you're
there
asking
is.
if you can ride the
you
ass?
can ride a
Okay,
donkey.
you can ride a donkey on back.
What about wagons?
You've
You
convinced
should
me.
ride a wagon.
Can you hire like a traveling minstrel to play songs for you and then like
Toss a coin to your western.
Actually, there is a guy that sings.
yeah,
That's
so you can
part of
have radio in your buggy.
Pretty much, yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
nice.
That's when you travel with Uncle. He'll like get all the whores to sing a song for you.
All I know is I've heard awesome stuff from almost everyone. And then I've heard a couple people, like Will said, say, I can't stand this shit. So, with that said, I want to switch over to Mike. Mike,
Okay.
what game have you played this year that has really, stuck with you? What is the game that you really enjoyed the most?
Okay, so I just got that Xbox, right? Before that, the last system that I bought was a GameCube in 2003, so it's been a while.
Nice.
It's been a while.
But even on your
But
computer-
I was playing PC games for a while until my video card shitted out. So this year, I just got the Xbox. I started playing The Witcher 3 again because last time I played it, I got the worst possible ending. Still fun. Great game.
When was that game?
Trying to do a
released?
little bit different. I think 2015. So it's newish. I started playing The Outer Worlds, which is like Fallout in space minus all the wonderful, glorious, amazing fucking crafting and building options that we
We're
had
really
in
stuck on
Fallout
that,
4.
aren't you, bud?
It was the best. It was
So
the best Fallout.
It's Minecraft in space? Is that what
No.
you're saying?
It
He's
doesn't
saying
have
he wished
any
it
of
was
that shit.
Minecraft.
So
in
what is
space.
the Outer Worlds?
It's like Fallout 3 in space. But the colors are fucking amazing. It's weird, like Art Nouveau
You sound like the biggest stoner ever.
meets
right
like...
You're like so amazing.
It's so cool, man. Like it's a really cool looking
and
game.
then I walked up to a space alien. I was like,
yeah.
"Whoa,
It's a
You're like-
cool looking game. Like it has like cool colors and shit.
Dave's
But
not
like
here.
the story, I mean the characters and stuff. It's just like it's like the Kmart Firefly or Kmart version of Serenity. And you're fighting like these Kmart versions of other games as aliens. It's like
I think the one because I fucking love Outer Worlds. I stand by that too. And
yeah, it's fun.
the problem I think
Gameplay's good.
is their color palette choice.
he loves it."
I know it looks cool, but when you really look at it and you're like trying to fight something, I have this weird beastie who's a weird brown and orange on a background that's kind of brown and orange.
I just want to stare at the fucking skybox because there's asteroids and planets. And
Yeah,
cool
that shit looks
going on.
awesome.
Yeah.
But like when you're actually playing,
Yeah.
that's the one thing that bothered me. But yeah, I'm 100% in that game. That game
Yeah,
is
that game's fun.
amazing.
Really cool.
Will, how about you? What was your game in 2019?
Just one. I'm going to say two anyway, but I won't talk about one of them. The one I won't talk about is Untitled Goose Game because
I
that
really want you to talk about.
I
talk
love
about
it's so much fun.
Talk about
It's ridiculous.
It's so cool.
It's stupid. It's a simple gameplay. You're just a goose and you get to be a dick, and it's so much fun. But the one I would say that really stuck out to me was Bloodstained for
Yeah.
this last year.
That was, yeah.
I bought it on the Switch, which clearly was a big mistake.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was the
Yes,
worst
it was.
version of it, correct?
But I still completely played through it without any lag issues like many people have. But I don't really dock my Switch often, so I think that was the biggest issue was people who are docking their Switch or pulling their controllers off. I'm a handheld guy with that thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Symphony of the Night and all those old school Metroidvanias and even the new school Metroidvanias. And that was like, they put that cherry on the top of the Metroidvania cake. You know what I mean?
so
shit.
good.
Okay, this
So
is a good game because I can get it on the Xbox thing for
Yes.
free.
Get it, dude.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
get it.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get it.
It is Symphony of the Night, but better nower. How about that?
Me and Mike spent a good period of time during Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah.
Symphony of the Night here. 'cause-
Dude, it's Symphony of the Night. It's just
Like I've
the new
completed
version.
that game all the way like 5 times at least.
And you'll do it for this. Like there's the secret way to find the actual boss. There's all the weapon mods. There's the the building up your character, the constant grind, it's just the pleasurable grind, I should say.
Okay.
The big bosses.
Ooh, the pleasure.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I do a lot of that too.
The
There's a
hidden
lot
shit,
of really cool bosses in that game too.
And there's
They were-
so many like references because it's the same
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
It's the original dude.
Do they do the inverted castle?
Technically, yes.
No.
There is a shard that you can get that inverts yourself. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
actually start working onto the
Okay.
ceiling. And there's
Oh.
lots of hidden stuff up there that you can work through. And there's certain bosses that, you got to invert to really even defeat them. So there's a take on the inverted castle where you're actually inverting your own gravity. Not everyone else, so everyone else stays down there.
Yeah.
But you flip yourself.
Going through the game, I totally thought that at some point we were going to get, like, flight or, some sort of transformation a la Symphony of the Night. But, the inversion, that shard was really cool.
You can work up your double jump and all that stuff, and there is...
Does it use experience, too? It does level?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Dude,
that's a big part of it.
The mechanics are Symphony of the Night, 100%.
Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast today, please share with your friends. It's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, back to the podcast.
Now, did you play the 8-bit prequel to it?
I didn't.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
No.
It is Castlevania 3.
Yeah.
It is fucking amazing. I stand by it. You have your main character plus your
There's
three
characters, right? Yeah.
And all of those characters are back in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Legit prequel. The hero of the game is the enemy of Bloodstained.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
it's so fucking good, and the final boss battle was so epic. If you have not played it, I highly suggest get out there and buy it. It's like $10. It's take 3 to 4 hours to beat, and it's totally fucking worth your time. Ethan, what will be your game of the year?
That was going to be my pick. That was a good one.
Pick another one.
Seriously.
You told me I would have picked another one. I have like 6 I wrote down.
Oh, you're like, you got the cannon.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, Untitled Goose Game.
I like how you said it like, fuck, am I stuck with this?
We all
Son
love
of a bitch. You get to be
Fuck.
a goose.
Oh, man. Okay, so it didn't come out this year, but me and my friends have played Dead by Daylight more this year than I have at all.
There's some new... Who's the new killer that just came out? Didn't
The
ring chick or something?
The Oni.
So what is Dead by Daylight?
Dead by Daylight is a multiplayer-only game, and there are no NPCs, no bots, no nothing. It's all playing with and against other people.
It's an asymmetrical game, right?
Yes. So you have 4 survivors who are trying to fix generators throughout a randomly generated map and escape the map, while one person plays a killer and hunts down all 4 of those survivors. They're trying to knock them down, put them on these sacrificial hooks, and it's pretty gnarly. And over time, they've gotten so many licensed killers from famous horror movies. They started with, I think, the first Halloween the game was out. You got Michael Myers. And we're talking the iconic music, the iconic locations. Laurie Strode became a survivor with her own set of perks and shit.
With the Carpenter music.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. And then they kind of just snowballed. You've got Leatherface, the pig
Freddy.
from the new Saw movies. The biggest one they had, in my opinion, that brought a lot of new people into the game this year was Stranger Things.
Oh shit!
You can play as the
Demogorgon.
fucking Demogorgon.
No.
Yeah. And,
What?
And the kids.
I can download that for free, too.
Yeah. You can play as Steve
Now,
Harrington.
Time out. Does 11 have her powers then?
No.
I think
They
it
only
just-
pulled 2 survivors. It was Steve and Nancy?
The girl, yeah.
Yeah. The 2, like, adult children. Because they couldn't
Is
kill
Nancy not
children.
the fucking hottest though?
I think of her like she's in high school, so I don't really think
No,
of her that way.
no.
I know she's not in real
That
life.
bitch is like 25 and I
Yeah,
saw
I
her
know.
titties on Pornhub anyhow.
What?
That's the story.
What?
Wait, what?
But,
This is a
dude,
deep fake?
it's just... Oh, it's so good. And especially with the Demogorgon, man. They've started doing this thing where all of the killers have their own heartbeat music. When they get close, you're supposed to hear this heartbeat going. And they've started changing it so each killer has their own unique one. Well, the Demogorgon, you got those 80s synths going. And when it attacks, you hear it throughout the map.
Wasn't ready for that.
Sorry
I'm
about that.
scared. I'm scared right now.
We're going to teach Ethan how to deal with peaks.
Yeah, we are.
Ethan's face actually opened up like Demogorgon. It's just now like a flower. And
Yeah,
I
you know
definitely
what?
was terrified.
Yeah, that sounds pretty badass, man. And it's a game that came out this year?
No, it's
Yeah.
been out.
Predator? What the fuck was that?
It's been out for about 3 years.
You can be the predator, can't you?
Yes.
No,
No.
Predator's not in the game
Yet.
Yeah.
You can be Xenomorph, right?
Nope, not yet.
Not
what
yet.
about what about? We're doing a bit here. What about
Candyman?
Candyman.
Yeah.
There is an awesome fan-made game called
God,
Beyond-
Chucky.
Have you seen Beyond Terrordome?
Yeah. Well, you
Beyond
could be all the
Terrordome
things.
is one of the greatest fucking fan-made
yeah,
games ever. Terradrome, that's what it is.
Terradrome.
Yeah,
you can
and
be
it's just Mortal Kombat with all the
Herbert
fucking
West,
villains,
the
dude.
Reanimator.
It's fucking so cool. You can be
Yeah.
Ghostface, you can be Chucky, you can be Freddy, you can be Jason.
Ghostface is in it.
Dude,
Yeah, Ghostface is in it.
Badass, dude. I want to say for my game of the year, I'm going to say Cuphead. And I know that's not the game that came out this year, but I never played it. And I played it the whole way through. And if you have it, you need to. You need to get on that fucking Cuphead. Most of you guys played it, right?
Yeah,
I have
so
it.
good.
I can't.
Oh, why can't you play it?
No, I can play it.
Oh, dude.
I just can't get through it.
All right, here's how you do it. You go to YouTube, you find out how to cheat your way through it.
So what I did was I went to YouTube and I watched the cutscenes.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
There is something to beating that game that is so much fucking fun, and it's a callback to all those retro games. I have a review of it up on Quack Attack 5000 on YouTube. Definitely check that out if you get a chance. I think it's one of my better reviews I've done, but that game is fucking fun. Like, that game is legit fun, and I really would love to see a sequel to that sometime in the future. I think they're working on one right now.
I heard they're making a cartoon.
Oh, man.
that would be cool.
That'd be really cool.
It's like a feature film or like a...
Like a regular kids show.
And kids love fucking Cuphead. That was shocking to me.
Kids love fucking Cuphead.
Yes, kids love fucking Cuphead.
It's got that big hole.
I did it a couple times when I was a kid, yeah.
Oh, man.
Poor Mug, man.
And even though I sucked at Cuphead, it's still better than Red Dead Redemption.
So I have a gripe with Cuphead.
All right,
Just
what's your
one.
gripe?
Just
Hot
one. Hot take. Any game where you have to hit an enemy or like a boss like 1,000,000 times in order to kill it, like I feel like you just haven't given me a better enough gun. Enough gun. Like,
That's
I don't
the point of the
fucking
game.
care.
You upgrade your gun, or
Yeah,
you
it's that
find the
old
right
school
gun for
feel.
the
Like, what was that?
situation.
This is some
It's a
fucking, God of War, where you have to, like, hit that fucking Minotaur guy, like, so many goddamn times for him to charge
Are you trying to compare Cuphead to God of
It's
War?
the same fucking thing where you have to...
Kingdom Hearts, where it
It's
has like
completely
7
different.
health bars that
Yeah.
overlap each other.
No,
and you never
there's
know where it
strategy
ends.
to
You
it.
gotta
And
hit
that's
something a
phases.
bajillion times, and then he does the thing, and then you have to get him to do that 3
Okay,
more
if
times.
you don't like boss battles, you shouldn't be playing Cuphead.
Yeah,
I
That's
like
all
boss
it is.
battles,
all
dude.
boss
You know who has
battles.
cool boss battles? Metal Gear.
Where you had to hit them 1,000,000 fucking
But
times.
it's different. It's different, though. It's different, though.
Other than that, is there any other games this year that you guys played just in passing that were really enjoyable and you would suggest to people?
Borderlands 3.
Did it live up to the hype of the
It's
first two
more
games?
Borderlands, yeah. Borderlands 3 is just funny. It's enjoyable. It's constant progression and constant, what is that word? You know, where they're just giving you stuff. Like, you always just get stuff and you're just getting better and there's constant progression.
Like a full-on stream of serotonin.
Yeah,
dopamine.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
Dopamine.
it's
Yeah, there you
dumping
go.
it into your fucking
Yeah.
system, through your
And
hands.
It did always look that way to me, like it was the Jolt Cola of video
Yeah.
games. Like, it was just
And-
like, let's go, bitch.
And they embrace the gamer culture, like even like Twitch streamers who play Borderlands. Borderlands Gearbox made a thing for Twitch where if you're just watching Twitch streamers play it, you can earn shit inside your game.
Oh, shit, really?
So when they get
Mhm.
like a red chest or they get some major loot, you can also get some red chests and get
Beautiful.
some major
That's
loot.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super smart. Days Gone was another one.
Yeah.
That
I wanna
game's
try
amazing.
That game looked
What is Days
great.
Gone?
It's a zombie game. It's essentially you're on a bike and it's a zombie world and you gotta survive it. And you're just a dude who's making his way downtown.
I'm just a
Making
dude.
his way downtown.
Making my way down.
Walking right
another-
into zombies'
Zombies.
past.
Fuck
Gonna
yeah.
shoot 'em
But
down.
that's the like you've seen 28 Days Later, right? Or 28 Days.
Yeah.
I think 20
This is like
weeks
28
later,
months
whatever.
later.
You're right.
Yeah, so you get those hordes, those in those movies, it's just like they're running and there's 5,000 of them, and this very few zombie games have been able to deal with that. But this game does that. Not all the time, but there are like a good 15 horde spots where you trigger it and you have 500 fucking zombies coming at you,
And you're feeling it.
and you have to deal with it. Yeah.
I know for me, Left 4 Dead, that was one of my favorite things.
Yes,
Is-
Left 4 Dead.
Is getting the fucking horde coming
When-
at you.
when
and
it
you're
starts
just
to go
like,
at
oh,
you.
are you kidding me? And even in Resident Evil 4, whenever you have that scene about midway through the game where you're in the house and it's just endless
Oh, yeah.
of the Las Plagas coming at you.
Yeah.
You gotta stop them from carrying
Oh,
her off,
Jesus,
and you gotta
yeah.
hit the
I'm a
levers.
running zombie fan. Like that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
zombie. I don't want the slow.
Left 4 Dead 1 and 2
methodical.
are like
Yep.
two of my favorite fucking games ever.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play those any day.
I
People
agree
are
with
just like,
that.
you want to play Left 4 Dead? I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
That's why I was
You have
excited for World War Z, but it turned out to be some bunk bullshit.
I've got another shout out. We Happy Few. That game.
How is that?
It's on the Wii U?
No.
It sounds like a Wii game because everything was Wii bowling, Wii tennis, Wii jerking off. It was Wii endless.
I love Wii jerking.
Oh yeah, it was the last title on the Wii U. It's where we were just kind of like
Wii hand job.
The few people who bought the console.
So what is it?
We Happy Few is very reminiscent of, I'd say, BioShock. You have to be very careful with your resources, your ammo, your weapons, things like that. But it's in this kind of twisted, dystopian UK, like England.
Brexit?
Looks like some
Kind of.
American McGee Clockwork Orange.
It's trippy as shit. It's a society where it's post World War II. It looks like I haven't played it all the way through. I'm still going through it. But like the Nazis won or something, and England paid the price for it. And to deal with just so much sorrow and depression and sadness, there's this pill they take called Joy. You take it, and you just forget everything. Like, you're just blissful happiness, ignorance, to the point where you're hallucinating and seeing things. And the game opens up where you're this character, Arthur, working in his office, and you're literally just erasing and blotting out and censoring historical documents.
Oh, damn.
And
a little bit.
You go to hell for that.
You can Fahrenheit 451 in there.
Yeah, dude. And you go through and you can choose to either take the meds and fool all the guards and all the people, or not take it. And in the beginning, if you choose not to take it, you go through and you come out of that hallucination. You see everyone's talking up this piñata party. We finally get to the point where you see this piñata and they break it open, and it's like this giant rat split open, and they're eating all the guts and shit from it, and you're flashing back and forth between.
This is the plot to Kids in the Hole Brain Candy.
Oh,
so there you go.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, though,
Yeah.
the way you were
Great
describing it, the immersion I felt during that is something only games like you said, BioShock can do. There's a movie that came out called Enter the Void. You guys ever see it? That's a creepy fucking movie, but that, because it is from the perspective of the character, that's the same feeling I get when I play games like that, where the first person, there is a story that can be told within that is just something else. There's something from being in the eyes of that character and experiencing that world. Just, it's mind-blowing.
Oh, it's great, dude, because you go through, he goes out, and everyone's going, you're a fucking downer, get him, kill him, whatever, and you're trying to just escape the city.
Wow.
It's definitely got a very BioShock feel to it. It's
cool.
Awesome.
That's a cool concept to explore in a game, too, is toxic positivity.
Yes.
So, going forward in 2020, real quick, are there any games you guys are looking forward to playing?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
What about it, Hobbs? We watched the trailer on We Are Air.
I'm excited about Cyberpunk. I can't wait to buy it 7 months after its release. Because once again, I won't be able to afford it.
It's going to be like $60.
What about that Keanu Reeves, though?
Boy, he
That's
is
gonna
the
be
internet's
cool.
boyfriend, isn't he?
You're trying to fuck him? Like, what was that?
Are you not?
You know,
I mean, to be fair.
Whoa. To be fair.
Oh, you already know what I'm going to shout out.
What are you going to shout it?
Kingdom Hearts DLC.
Persona 5, Part 9.
That looks awesome. I'm excited for that, but no.
Persona.
The remake of Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal.
Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh, okay.
yes.
I know everyone hates that, but I'm telling you
I
straight
don't.
up, I would play the fuck out of that.
The only issue I have is that I heard that it's going to be episodic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I
That's
don't
what I
know
hate.
how I feel about that, and that they're not leaving Midgar.
That sucks.
Wait, what?
The whole thing's in Midgar.
So it's a remake completely then? From the
Yeah.
ground up. Maybe they're just on the first disc.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it sounded like. But I think it's just a way for them to make more and more and more.
They're probably going to drag out the whole story of it, too. They'd have
Honestly,
to, wouldn't they?
They're spreading it.
Yeah.
And adding Resident Evil 3 remakes coming out in April.
Fuck yeah.
April 3rd. And the big Marvel Avengers in May.
Ooh, that one's interesting, but
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
Hobbs
he's
to
rolled
shake
his
his
eyes.
head.
A lot of ups,
Hobbs,
a lot of downs on that
Tell
guy.
us, Hobbs, why are you against that? And I know why already, but I want to hear it.
It's the likenesses. It's like, they're not the Avengers.
It fucked
They're not
it
the
up.
movie Avengers.
Yeah.
They're the fucking GoBots. Not the fucking Avengers.
There's the game on reference.
Like if you grab 6 random Avenger comics, not a single one of them is going to look the same.
Yeah, it's like...
But they do look bad. Like,
They
it
look
looks terribly bad.
Okay, the game starts off with, can I say it?
Sure.
Captain
It
America
was a
being
trailer.
killed.
Fuck it, who cares?
I mean-
Let him go. But
You mean Mark Rogers?
Rogers. Steve.
It's Cap'n, like Captain Crunch.
Cap'n.
It's CAP apostrophe.
Captain America.
I think my
Steve
issue was
Rogers.
the trailer kind of tried to take the epicness of Endgame and Infinity War
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
of
it
the
really
game.
did.
And then,
Yeah.
like, once again, you're looking at people who are cosplaying really bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
And to be honest, it reminded me a lot of a better-looking Marvel Lego superheroes.
Okay.
Exactly.
The camera angles, the
Everything.
way Hulk threw the car. Like I was like, oh, I played that in the Lego one. That
And
was
But-
Rocket Raccoon's the only one that looks right. So
But,
Fucking
it's a
raccoon.
raccoon. Yeah.
but at least in the Lego version, you can build shit, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
hey, you go over, hold X, and you build a tank.
what if we're wrong and it's the greatest
Oh, it might be.
game
It looks
ever
fun.
made?
I
I'm
would
gonna play
love
it.
to be proven wrong.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to prove
It
you wrong.
looks weird. That's all.
It's
And
not.
you know what? Because of dudes like you on the internet, they're gonna fix the faces a little bit.
And you know what?
Yeah.
There's going to be DLC where you can make him look less like 25-year-old Roger Clemens and more like
Oh, yeah.
Chris Evans.
The in-game DLC costume pack or something like that.
That's the patch we were talking about earlier, where they fix the
They
game
fix it
after.
after it comes out.
Hey, NPCs.
We really appreciate you listening to We Are Bagu here.
Broken Bitter podcast.
And Broken Bitter Podcast. We really enjoy it. Check us out on the web. Also, you can send us an email, quackattack5000@gmail.com. Go to YouTube and check out those videos, please. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Check out our other podcasts, We Are Air and Heroes Gyros. This has been Duck. I've been here with my co-host,
Ethan.
and we have been joined by
Mike.
and
William.
and thank you so much for listening.
And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, please do not forget, share with your friends. That is how we grow the network. And if this is your first time listening, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcast here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Error, where we talk about movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. That's me, that's Jake, that's Javi. We're breaking down pop culture, and we're having a blast. Don't forget Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distraction side quest. Me and the boys were sitting down, we're playing some D&D, we're having so much fun. You can go ahead and start that from the beginning of the journey, Season 1, Episode 1. You're going to love it all the way through. And finally, I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I'm going to sit down with some of the most epic people I've ever met in this world, and we're going to talk about their life, we're going to talk about their trials and tribulations, and we're just going to talk about their journey this far. Head on over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. Also, head over to the Facebook group, We Are Error. We would love to see you in that group. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast today, share it with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this network. But with that said, I have to remind you, I can never let you forget this. You ain't Billy Mitchell, bitch. So stop trying. We'll see you next time.